Can you succeed as a legal nurse if you have limited time and it might take you longer to get there? Well, Shauna is a testament to the fact that you can. She's been in the Catalyst program for over a year now. She took a while to get through all of her practice cases because of life and business and work and kids. It was just, a lot going on, and that's okay. Shauna is a great example of how you can win even if you have limited time. I enjoyed interviewing her. I hope her story inspires you to take action. Let's get into it.
I can speak to the immense amount of support that Catalyst provides. It's incredible. And, it's you, Randy, it's your team members, but it's also the community. We have a community of nurses that we're all over the world, and everybody comes together and supports each other. Being able to see and celebrate everyone's successes, even talk about people's failures and be able to be there and learn, not just learn from that, but lift them up. It's been amazing. Prior to this, I was just running and redlining, like I said earlier. I don't remember sitting down and having breakfast with my family or being able to hold a really meaningful conversation in the middle of the day. Like, that would have never happened a few years ago. Now I have the ability to meet with my friends and be present, be with my family every day, be part of the daily routine and not miss out on anything. That is the greatest success and something that I'm so thankful for, and probably wouldn't have been able to do it if I hadn't joined Catalyst, honestly.
Shauna, thank you so much for joining me. I am excited for you to be on this interview with me, because I know that you have a cool story that has taken you through the entire 2024, right? You've been working at this thing for a while, and you've been kind of overcoming life and all the obstacles that life throws at you and busy jobs. And I think that's so relatable to so many people. So I'm excited for you to tell us all about your story. I want to start out by asking you to kind of give us your background. What's your nursing background, your life background, and then how did you end up finding me and Catalyst in the first place?
Absolutely, Randy. First of all, thanks so much for having me. I appreciate the opportunity to share my story. So I have been a nurse for 10 years in May. That is really exciting in itself.
Yeah.
Best
It's a
career.
big win. Yeah.
Yes. I am a proud mama to an almost 2-year-old little boy. That was my personal catalyst into finding Catalyst. A little bit of background though, professionally in the nursing realm, I have done everything from critical care in an inpatient setting to case management to oncology. I've had the privilege of taking care of oncology patients through radiation oncology, medical oncology, hematology, as well as breast care clinics. I have dabbled in the realm of nursing leadership and helped run 6 oncology clinics. And something very true to my heart, which aligns in oncology, I have had the privilege of working with the Hospice Palliative Agency for the past couple of years, and I continue to support the palliative program.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And how did gosh, I just got to pause and say how awesome that is. I mean, I know I've heard from people who worked with you personally, and just that you're an amazing nurse. You have a huge heart. And I love that heart you have to just truly help people. You're not just doing it for a paycheck. You've got a real heart for people, and I just love that. How did you end up stumbling on me and Catalyst?
So it was in the 4-month-old newborn haze stage.
Yeah.
I was out at a mommy dinner with a mutual friend, and she had mentioned, have you ever thought about legal nurse consulting? I think that would fit into your lifestyle really well right now. And I'm like, what? I didn't even really understand what that was. So I went home. It was like 1:00 in the morning, and I was Googling, and I found you, Randy, and I was watching all of your videos through Facebook that you had posted. And it was like 5:00 in the morning. My husband woke up, and I was like, hey, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to sign up for this program, and I'm going to become a legal nurse consultant. And honestly, the rest is history.
And here you are.
Yeah.
So that's a cool story. I love that
Yeah.
the 1 a.m. Google search.
Yeah.
Uh, so since you've joined, how has it changed your life in business? What sort of success have you actually obtained? Because I know there's a ton of legal nurses out there that are just struggling, either took
Yeah.
other courses or trying to make it on their own, and it's hard and they don't know where to turn. How has Catalyst helped you to find success, and what sort of success have you had?
So I'm really thankful for Catalyst. I mean, number one, it's the only program that I have joined, full transparency in the legal
Sure.
nurse consulting realm. But with that, I'm really, really grateful because I've had so much support throughout my entire journey. So I started December of 2023. I personally decided to move through the program at a slower pace than a lot of other people, and I did that intentionally. I really wanted to hone in on my time at home with my kiddo. I still support a palliative program outside of legal nurse consulting. But the success that I've gained has been unbelievable. I've been able to subcontract for different business owners. I think I've completed 6 cases. I'm currently working on another case. It's given me the opportunity to learn and hone in my skills so that when I am ready to start my own business, well, I have my business, but start marketing to my own attorney clients, that will enable me to feel much more confident and be able to hit the ground running.
I love it. So I know you kind of slow rolled it. You've been in the
Mhm.
program for over a year now.
Mhm.
Um, when did you finish up Subpreneur Pathway and get your third practice case under your belt? How long ago was that?
January of this year,
Okay.
that was my goal, a slow
Okay.
goal, but I hit it.
So less than 3 months, around 3 months ago. And so you've had 6 or 7 cases since then.
Yes.
Nice. And you're choosing not to market right now because just with your life and your goals and where you want to be, it's not the right time for you, which I love because it's totally self-paced and you can do that whenever you're ready to. And I love that you're really thinking that through and you're not, some people will say, I need to think about things and then just not go anywhere, not do anything, right? Not move one step closer to their goal. You're taking steps to move closer to your goal and you're waiting for that strategic time that's right for you to really launch that business, is what I'm hearing.
That's correct. And I'm fully, I know in my heart and in my gut that when it is time for me, I will be fully prepared to do it. And that is another thing that I can fall back on and rest easy with.
Well, I know you've done cases for Loveless Legal Nurse Consulting, and my wife, who does all of our quality review, oversees our quality review team, has raved about the work you're doing. So I think you've got a very bright future ahead of you when you're ready to start marketing.
Thank
Uh,
you. I appreciate it.
Shauna, tell me some of the things that you were facing that were huge challenges for you before you got into Catalyst and started realizing this new life in legal nursing.
Really, my challenges came down to how can I give my time and give me as a person to number one, my new little boy, my
Yeah.
family, but also continue my nursing career that I hold really close to my heart. I went a little crazy, and about 6 weeks after I had my kid, I went straight back to work full time and I was
Mm.
redlining it. And that was a really big lesson for me. And I'm really thankful I did it because what that did is it showed me that I can't do that. I don't want to be out of the house. I don't want to be away from my family. I want to be there for all of the big milestones, the daily struggles, because that's what makes life so much fun when you're a parent. And being a mom a little later in life has really allowed me to think that through. So, my biggest challenge was learning to cut back
Yeah.
at my full time job, which I did, and find something legal nurse consulting and catalyst that would fit into my life that it would allow me to not have those daily challenges and struggles.
I love it. I
Yeah.
love it. Yeah, family is an underpinning motivation for so many people to do something different because it's scary, right? When you first start down a pathway like this, it's like, I mean, you don't even know if this is a scam, right? There's a bunch of people out there who are like just trying to take your money. and don't really care about you. And then you're not even sure if you can really do it, and you're not sure if you're going to have support. And I love that you took that jump and you did the scary thing to really grab onto that life that you wanted for you and your family. And here you are doing it. And obviously, you've learned the lesson of not redlining it because now you're taking it slower and you're doing it on Shauna's timeline.
That's right. It's a much better quality of life and it's attainable.
I love it. A lot of our clients that are running their own business, which you'll be there before very long, I'll be recording another YouTube video with you to talk about how you've crushed it as a business owner, not before too long. But a lot of them will make the statement that they have the best boss in the world, which I'm sure your boss is going to be really good too.
That's right.
But what do you think? What do you think it was about Catalyst? What's the one or two things that helped you the most to really achieve these dreams that you kind of have had on the horizon for a while?
Absolutely. I can speak to the immense amount of support that Catalyst provides. It's incredible. And, it's you, Randy, it's your team members, but it's also the community. We have a community of nurses that we're all over the world, and everybody comes together and supports each other. Being able to see and celebrate everyone's successes, even talk about people's failures and be able to be there and learn, not just learn from that, but lift them up. It's been amazing. One really neat specific thing that I want to point out in Catalyst is, so we're able to go to these weekly meetings, right? And go to these weekly video calls where everybody can interact together. Well, some of us can't do that because nobody wants to hear a screaming 2-year-old, going crazy. So in order to stay connected and still feel like you are being supported and your ability to support others, I have been so grateful that I can sit and rock my little boy to sleep, but yet be connected to the Catalyst community by rewatching these videos that you guys record. And that is so valuable. And I think it's valuable to a lot more people than we know. So thank you for that.
Oh, absolutely. And yes, you are one that absolutely. We've seen you just dive into all the recorded videos and you're watching them. And even though you can't be there in person, you're there in spirit. We know you're there and we know that you're watching them and we know that you are moving. You're a mover and a shaker and you're getting stuff done in the background. I'm excited for when you decide it's the right time. I'm ready to launch because I can't wait to celebrate with you when you start getting those clients.
Thank you.
So you mentioned this a little bit, Shauna, but if you don't mind me asking kind of to dive into it more, like how just honestly, it's my favorite question that I always ask because this is why we're in it. So many like I don't know, business leaders or even courses out there for even for legal nursing, it's all about like achieving business and money and more, more, more. And at Catalyst, we really try to focus in on lifestyle design that's outside of business. Because really, most of us aren't in this to run a successful business in a vacuum. We're in it so we can run a successful business and then have a lifestyle outside of business that we've always dreamed of. So, how has this journey in Catalyst in legal nursing changed your life outside of the business realm?
It has allowed me to be present with my family, present with myself, present with the ability to think things through. Um, Enjoy time. Like, seriously, enjoy time. I felt like prior to this, I was just running and redlining, like I said earlier. I don't remember sitting down and having breakfast with my family or being able to hold a really meaningful conversation in the middle of the day. Like, that would have never happened a few years ago. Now I have the ability to meet with my friends and be present, be with my family every day, be part of the daily routine and not miss out on anything. That is the greatest success and something that I'm so thankful for, and probably wouldn't have been able to do it if I hadn't joined Catalyst, honestly.
That's awesome. I love it. I love it. So, all right. So, there's probably people watching this right now and they're going, I don't know, Shauna, maybe you can do it, but I can't do it. You're smarter than me. Maybe you got more time than I do, even though we all know you've slow rolled this because of time.
Yeah.
But people are hesitant to take that step, and maybe they don't know if Catalyst is right for them. What would you say to that person who's kind of wondering, is legal nursing right for me? Is Catalyst the right way to get there?
Mhm. I would say jump in head first and go for it. Take a chance on something that can truly change your life. If you have the will to make a change in your life and you recognize that you need a change, this is a supportive program that will stand behind you, walk with you every step of the way. Um, People don't have time, especially if you're still working, you have a busy family, you have kiddos. You can make the time with Catalyst because that's the beauty of it. Is nobody has to finish within a specific time frame. Nobody is telling you you have to do something, today or tomorrow. It's something that gives you freedom. And if you recognize that you need a change in your life, in your career, go for it.
Yes. Yes. And that's what you did. And here you
Mm-hmm.
are.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, Shauna, thank you so much for sharing your story, for sharing your success so far, even though I know I'm going to be talking to you again in 6 months and hearing more of your success. If people want to get in touch with you, what's the best way for them to learn more about you or your business?
Absolutely. My website is A to Z legalnurseconsulting.com. You're welcome to reach out to me via email, Shauna, SHAUNA, at A to Z LNC.com. And I would
Awesome.
be happy to answer any questions about legal nurse consulting in general, or any specific questions related to Catalyst. I'd be happy to connect.
Perfect. Well, there's your open invitation if you're watching this to talk to someone who's been there, done that. Shauna, thank you so much. It's always a pleasure to connect with you, and it was a pleasure to do it today.
Thank you, Randy. I appreciate it.